everyone, and welcome to video number 22. So I'm using the CC Designs Sweet Penguins stamp set today, and they are a set of 3 little penguins. Like, they're quite small, and I've had people ask a couple times, like, what is a good way to use them other than like mini cards and stuff like that. So for today's card, I thought I'd use all 3 of them on one card and stack them on top of each other, just because I thought that would look cute. So I'm using my stamp positioner to get them lined up the way I want them, and starting with the bottom little penguin, the one that's sitting down, stamped him at the very bottom of a strip of white cardstock. And then I'm going to ink up the second little penguin, and again using my stamp positioner, and then get that lined up how I want it. So this is where a stamp positioner is pretty much an absolute necessity, and I always get asked where I get mine. I got mine from CC Designs years ago, and I always try to link to it with the supplies. So got that done, and then finally the third little penguin, got him stamped on my stamp positioner, and then positioned him how I wanted it on the head of the second penguin, and got him stamped, and that's all there was to it. So really simple and super cute. And then once I was done doing that, I was originally going to add the sentiment on a separate strip of cardstock, but there was enough space right along the top there, so I thought, why not? And it just so happened that the cardstock was wide enough to fit the sentiment, which is from my Happy Christmas stamp set. Sorry, my brain just stopped there for a minute. But yeah, again, using my stamp positioner. This time, since I was going right along the very top, and the little positioner itself wouldn't be holding down the cardstock, I just added the teeniest bit of adhesive just to keep it in place on my craft mat, and then lined up my sentiment so I've got it straight, and then inked it up again and stamped it, and that's all there was to it. So after I've got that done, I'm going to go on to the actual coloring. And since I'm doing penguins and there's obviously a lot of black involved, I chose to go with my, well, I'm using my Koh-i-Noor woodless color pencils, but you could also use any pencil crayons will work for this technique. It does not have to be Prismacolors or, yeah, fancy woodless pencils, all that kind of stuff. Whatever works for you. So I just use these because they're handy, and I've got, you know, a good variety of colors in one box that I can just grab and not have to think about it. But for black, I especially like this because you can use one thing, like one pencil, and yet get a good variation between that, whereas with Copics you need to use several and do a lot of blending, and these are also a very small image, so it would just take 10 times longer, in my opinion, to use Copics, whereas with using the pencil and the odorless mineral spirits, you get a much nicer look, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm able to go back and add a little bit more of the black pencil to darken the areas and smooth it out a little bit. And if you haven't seen it, I've already got a video on my channel about titled Prismacolor Pencils and Odorless Mineral Spirits, so you can check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, colored in their little black areas first, and then I took an orange pencil and did their little feet and their beaks. So really simple. And then after you did that, grabbed a red one just to do the candy cane and the little hair bow. And then finally I took a really bright lime green pencil to do the lollipop, and that's all there was to it. So really quick and simple and fun. And then finally, to add a little bit of dimension to the white areas and for my shading, I went with my Copics because in my opinion that's faster than going with the Prismacolor pencils. Plus I was worried that if I started trying to shade in, like add something in the white area so close to the black and using the odorless mineral spirits, that I'd end up smearing the black onto the white, which is a really likely possibility. So Copics was way faster. So I just took my BG quadruple zero, which is my palest aqua, and added that around their little bodies and that. And then I took the triple zero, which is just slightly darker, and added a tiny little bit of that here and there just to get it to show up a little bit more, and it just makes the white look more white, plus it gives that little extra bit of dimension. And then finally, for kind of the ground and a little bit of shading, I just took my C1 Copic marker and added that everywhere I wanted it to, and then took my C00 to blend that out a bit. And again, like quick, simple, that's what I'm all about. And then once that was done, I took my Zero, my colorless blender, just to quickly give it a little extra blending to fade to white, and that's it. So really quick, simple coloring. And once I'm done that, I'm just going to finish off the rest of the card, which again, I'm all about simple today. I am really running out of time here. So I took some straight pattern paper. This is from Bo Bunny's Mistletoe collection. It's another one I came across in my stash that I am pretty sure I got last year and never got a chance to use. But I just wanted something with like the Christmas colors and a simple pattern. So this stripe with like the reds and greens was perfect. So I cut it to completely cover a standard A2 sized card front, added the stamp strip of cardstock, and then on the inside of the card I used up the remaining strip of pattern paper that was left over from trimming it down for the front, and adhered that to the inside, leaving some space to write something. And then I just grabbed another sentiment from my Happy Christmas set, and again use my stamp positioner so I've got it all lined up and don't mess this one up. I'm usually pretty good at eyeballing things, but it's better to be safe than sorry and just use the stamp positioners. So line that up along the bottom of my card on the inside, stamp that, and that's all there was to it. So as always, there will be a link below to my blog post, and I'll post links to the supplies used. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and liking my videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!